Hey, welcome to Mullen Stock. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. And also remember that this is not a financial advice video. Today, I want to share with you what happened with Mullen, its data points, and the shorts. Let's get straight to the point. So, Mullen stock was down by 4.41%, which wasn't as bad as some other electric vehicle, EV companies. Lucid was down 9.4%, Tesla 4.7%, and Rivian 9.1%. Still, Mullen didn't perform too well, but it hit a new 52-week low at $33.58. However, the trading volume was significant at 25.87 million shares, with an average of 20.7 million. In the morning, an 8Q was filed, and it only stated that Mullen Automotive had given a commercial vehicle production update. This made the news official, which had come out on the 16th, with production targets for 2023 and 2024. Despite this, I think it's quite positive. Randy Marion Brad spoke with Business Dad today and mentioned that the numbers in this PR are quite conservative. So I believe this is a bullish sign. Remember, Brad works for Randy Marion, not Mullen. In addition, RBC took action again. After hours, there were two separate transactions at 406, both for 1 million shares. These transactions were done through routing code 795, which is RBC code. However, it's difficult to determine whether these were buys or sells because both transactions were at $0 and 34 cents before and after. In the past, we could often tell whether they were sells, as they typically happened at a price 2 cents below the bid. These situations always involve different cases, and it becomes evident that these are people selling. But in this case, it's a bit tricky to figure out if RBC is buying or selling. However, I'll also touch on the subject of shorts and try to explain why they might be doing what they are doing. Today, the shorts have increased by 1.2 million shares, which accounts for 19.97% of the free float. In total, there are 34.79 million shares that have been shorted. The average cost to borrow is slightly higher compared to yesterday, at 14.88%. I'd like to draw your attention to this. Interactive Brokers indicates that approximately 750,000 shares are available for shorting. Over the past few days, especially if you look at what happened yesterday morning, you could short sometimes up to 45,000 shares, then rapidly increased to 100,000, and suddenly jumped to 2.4 million shares. In my opinion, this could be an indication that RBC or other institutions are looking to cover their short positions. Again, I'm just presenting this idea to you. You can decide whether it holds true or not. Similarly, it could justify that RBC and possibly other institutions are buying, or it might just be a long position. You never know. But today, something unexpected came up. One of the things was that Micromobility CEO Salvador contacted David, suggesting that they should conduct some tests with Mullen and hydrogen, and recently, Micromobility submitted a letter of intent to Atlas for opium. So, it's related to the energy and hydrogen sector. Again, this is somewhat random. I believe this is the first time Salvador contacted David back in February or around that time, indicating that a meeting was scheduled, and it was clear they were only interested in utilizing Mullen facilities for production and other purposes. However, this time, it didn't seem like much happened. But regardless of what it may be, it came up suddenly. When it comes to this, some people are interpreting it as a negative shot against Mullen, because I think it might overlap with Mullen existing technology or battery technology. I believe there are various perspectives to consider about this. However, when it comes to options, $33,000 worth of calls have been purchased, despite having only 16,000 inputs. Therefore, the overall dollar value is quite low, but there is still hope. A significant part of this is the estimated date of the hearing, which is expected to be on the 19th of October, which means tomorrow. We may find out whether Mullen can stay on NASDAQ for just 180 days or if they will be delisted. We might find out tomorrow. So once again, I think there is a glimmer of hope here. And when it comes to call options, that's why I'm hopeful for the expiration date next Friday, which is the 20th of October. There are 15,000 call options at a 50-cent strike price, 13,000 at $1, 8,000 at $2, and 7,000 at $5. But one thing I want to mention is that Mullen case has been granted an extension. Not NASDAQ hearing, but Mullen case. The one Mullen presented has been given an extension. But it seems that TD Swap responded and Mullen had to change its actual claim or complaint. So where is Mullen case now? Be ready for next week. There isn't much more to say about the technicals. And finally, for over 6 months or even longer, discussing technicals didn't make much sense. But based on some fib levels, it's at S3, which is 34.1, a very strong support. It briefly touched it after hours, and today it broke below it. But keep an eye on it in the coming days. If it goes below that support, you can understand that the next support will be around $0.30, $0.25, and $0.20. Guys, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about Mullen stock? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.